guys? This is Papa Joe for this week's edition of the Mail Shop Vlogs. Hey man, we're finally back. We've had a couple of weeks off. We've had some cancellations, and like in the past, we kind of like get our feelings hurt when people cancel, but now we're kind of just taking a stride, and we take our opportunity to do something that we like to do. Like we'll go to the movies, or we'll schedule a photo shoot for a band that we've been wanting to work with. So yeah, but we're back this week, and today our featured guest is DA, the INM.
How y'all doing?
Seen him perform at 420 Fest recently, and he will compose. He's part of the Soundman Solutions group that kicks so much ass in El Paso, man. Go ahead and give us a quick intro.
I go by the name of DA the INM. For those of y'all who don't know me, what I do is what I've labeled as power rap. You know, I'm a very aggressive rapper. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand that I'm an older rapper too, so you know. It's smooth. I do smooth work.
Yeah, nice. So, talk to us about how you got started in music. Like, when did you realize you had that spark? You know.
It was in high school. I was going to Austin High School, and at the time I was just more into football. You know, that was my thing. I had a friend. His name was Marcus Effinger. Right now he's one of my main producers. But I went to a football game. And he was rapping, and prior to that, I had dabbled in writing a little bit, you know, myself, and we ended up rapping back and forth for about a whole half of a football game, you know, and it was coming pretty easy for me. So you know, I just started to just take it a little bit more serious, and not necessarily serious at that time because I was a kid, but I started writing songs and just trying to perfect it. You know, I didn't want to embarrass myself.
Yeah, I know that. I know I've always said that I don't understand how rappers, like, it's a gift just be able to like spit rhymes and stuff, because I can't do it. I can't even karaoke rap. I gotta try, because like everybody, you know, I've mentioned it a lot of times that the Chronic is my shit. I love that stuff, man. But if you don't karaoke, I suck doing that. One of these days be able to perfect it. But I know that as a rapper, I mean, it's something that's a gift, man. Just to be able to like freestyle, and I don't know, man. Yes. I cannot understand how you all do it, man. But hey, man, kudos to you guys. I think it's fucking awesome. So like, were you ever in any kind of formal music training or?
No, nothing like that. Like my coming up was strictly sports. You know, that's all me and my brother ever did was sports. I was a football player, he was a basketball player, and like as far as music, it was just I picked it up outside. You know what I mean? Like it was stuff I would listen to, and I just felt it, you know what I mean, and it just came naturally to me, so I started with it.
That's cool, man. So like, what about your influences? Like, who did you listen to as a teenager or growing up, and what about now?
I think the greatest rapper ever living is Scarface. I came up listening to like Ghetto Boys, and I was in 5th grade. I had a Walkman, I had a cassette, and I had the NWA straight out of Compton. 5th grade, you know, hiding in the corner listening to it. I shouldn't have been listening to it at that time, but it was stuff like that. And then I started getting into, you know, East Coast stuff, EPMD, you know, the Redman, Meth Man, all that stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, I'm a Texas boy, Scarface, UGK. That's what I do.
That's cool, man. You know, and it's funny because like, even though our vlog project is called the Metal Shop Vlogs, it all goes back to like, it specifically names it. Besides the mini venue we have here, it's like the metal shop, right?
Right.
But one of my favorite parts of the El Paso music scene is the hip hop community, man, because it just seems like you guys are, when they talk about the hustle, they're not just throwing out the word hustle. These dudes hustle, man. They're always working hard for each other. They always have a lot of support. They're one of the biggest groups in El Paso that I've seen perfect the DIY concept, because they do everything for each other, man. It's so crazy how much, like, they have somebody who does everything for them. They have a guy who does video for them. They have a guy who has a drone. They have a guy who can edit videos and make them look totally legit, man. And I think that's something that's very admirable. I think that, like, you know, I mean, we see a lot of stuff at shows. We're very familiar with the different genres in El Paso and stuff, but the hip hop community always stands out as a group that's very on top of their shit, like, for lack of a
like
proficient.
See, this is the thing with me. When I when I record, when I record all my music, everything that I think of, I record it, and I have to do it that way because I don't write music on paper. I don't write my lyrics on paper. I listen to the beat and I vibe out, and I think of the rhymes in my head, and so I have to record it right then and there. You know, so
before it escapes.
yeah. So I don't do anything at home outside of the studio. I don't even try because I'm gonna forget it. You know, so when it comes to freestyling, yes, I can do it. I'm very good at it. I do it when I have to. Like I'll do it like if I mess up in a show, gotta throw it in there, but it has to be flawless. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I save it for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I save it for those moments. You know what I mean? So like a lot of people come up to me. There's a lot of MCs out here that they'll be in a cipher and I'll watch the cipher and they try to get me in it, but I'm just there to watch it. You know what I mean? Like that's just me because I need to save it for if I mess up.
That makes a lot of sense, man. It's cool. I can't do it. All right, cool. So talk to us about your music. Like I told you before, like we focus on original artists who get their personal creative juices flowing. So talk to us about your original music.
Right now I did a project last year. I dropped a project last year. It was called Back from Paradise. It was pretty much my reintroduction. You know, it's a 5-track EP. It did really, really well amongst the city. Everybody in the city. I got a very, very warm reception. At the time, it wasn't. We didn't push it too much. So right now, I'm adding to it. I'm doing a deluxe edition. It's gonna be about 12 or 11 songs. Everything is gonna. The beats are very smooth and melodic. You know, the flow is consistent. You know what I mean? It's easy to listen to. You know what I mean? I've heard a lot of music in general that it can get hard to listen to.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I get the message.
it's easy listening. You know what I mean?
That's cool, man. So like, is it easy to tell when music is from a certain part of the country, like east, west, or like is there anything that's like specific to El Paso, like a style or?
El Paso, as far as El Paso, like it's its own. You know, it's a good mix of South and West Coast to me. You know what I mean? There's a couple East Coast sounding people out here, but the sound here is pretty authentic.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking that question is because we had some friends featured a couple months ago, and their DJ was like very specific. You could tell that he was from the Southwest border town, a little bit of Latino influence in his beats.
Yeah.
Talking about Table Manas.
Table.
Yeah.
What up, Manas? And shout out DJ Surreal.
Yeah, you can't mistake his beats, man. They're tight. Okay, so like where have you recorded your?
I do all my recording at Sound Solutions, at Creative Minds Productions. Everything I do comes out of that.
Creative Mind.
Yeah, Creative Minds Productions.
Yeah, I mean, we hear a lot of good things about that place, from their shows to their recording studio, and there's always somebody working there, man.
Yeah, it's very easy for us to walk in there at 6 in the afternoon and leave 11 o'clock the next morning. It happens all the time.
I can imagine. Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to see that. Nothing but hard work going on in there. So like, what do you write about?
I used to just like rap, just to rap, you know what I mean? But before I did my last project, I spoke with a very close friend of mine. His name is Ariana. Who's out of the West Coast. He's doing a lot of big things out there. He told me, he was like, D, you're a great rapper. That's not the question. He was like, but when I listen to your music, I can't tell you anything about yourself. He's like, so just open up more, you know what I mean? So I've made my music more just about me, you know what I'm saying, about the things I go through. Everything that you hear is me. There's nothing fabricated about it. I'm not gonna go on here and make up no story. You know what I mean? It's just about me and my life and my time here, you know, and I'm just trying to make my mark.
That's cool, man. Kind of like a diary, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome,
exactly.
man. Yeah. So, where can people hear your music? You have stuff online?
Yeah, you can catch me on SoundCloud, DA the INM on SoundCloud. You can get my fan page DA the INM on Facebook. Everything DA the INM. Or you can hit the Soundmind Solutions, SoundCloud, Soundmind Solutions, Creative Minds Productions. Everything's very easy to find on YouTube. DA the INM. Look up The Purge. Check out The Purge video if you're not one of the 38,000 people who've seen it.
Yeah, The Purge. That's a group with
Yeah, me and Astro Jones.
Cool. And what about like merch? Like, do you have like physical copies?
Yeah, we have a lot physical copies of my project, the Back from Paradise project, Rosa Sparks' latest project, Street Poetry. We have the Bloody River project, which is Lobes, Charlie S, and D Hooks. That's an awesome piece of work. Those are about to come out, and we just dropped a mixtape, March Madness, because we're all sports fans. You know what I'm saying? We got caught up in that.
Cool.
But yeah, everything that we do, you can pretty much pick up at Creative Minds Productions, or online at any of those places.
Yeah, man. Be on the lookout for them and their merch and his music at shows, man. Hit him up.
Yep. We got the smoke in their hand now. Everything is done, nigga. Beats that ain't here now. SMS forever, nigga. This deep ain't gonna watch out and all out. I can't go paradise. Now I take them back to the point. Whether they like it or not. Nigga, there is no change in management. Same flow, so. People can't handle it. I'm in the same business. Back in 95, so we can take it to the streets. People acting like the Bible. We could be some gentlemen and pull up in our suit and tie. Move for the boys. Everybody die. I'm reaching for the moon. I never make it, but I'll try. The endless nigga doing it. You know I never lie. Yeah. I'm from a land where everything's better. My nigga move around if it's good if you let up. All your people really down, they could change up the weather. Are you afraid of being raped? No, the answer is never. I'm on my body, Joe, real shit. What's up, anyway? Don't run the night, they would never lose down real. Creating my productions, moving 10 steps ahead of you. On that ground level, but my niggas got ahead of you. Mask on blast, first we the weapon. Claiming that they better is the reason that I'm checking you. Make this too easy, beats are too greasy. Checking on the rest of this, my nigga coming to see me. You don't believe in the things that I say. I took these accolades I got and give them back to my team. Sound like a regime. We want it as the roof. Most people really wake it up and they ain't telling the truth. That's proof. Let's go. I'm from the land where everything's better. My nigga move around like it's good if you let up. All the people really down, they could change up the weather. All you know for that being right, your answer is never. Time to straight up.
Cool. So I remember we saw you guys at 420 Fest, and we've seen like Rosa and Lopes, a couple of other shows like at Eleanor Rigby's when they had it,
Yeah.
and I think she's played at I'm not La Parada.
Yeah, we did a La Parada the last La Parada we did.
Dude, those shows get crazy at La Parada, man. They get packed and people get crazy.
I love La Parada. I love
Yeah,
everything
man.
about it.
That's a good experience for anybody that hasn't witnessed or been to a hip hop show. Hit it up, man. And like Judy and I are all about shows, man. That's like a big part of our lives, man. We're not ashamed to promote anybody's work, whether it be the cool people at Low Pro Palace with Splendid Sun, or our good friends with M2 Promotions, which Judy and I are a part of now.
That's awesome.
At Rock House, we help them a lot with booking bands and flyers and promoting and stuff like that. So, on that note, let's talk about your shows. Like, where have you played?
In El Paso, pretty much everywhere. Like La Parada was like the one thing I didn't do, but I just recently did. I had the opportunity to perform at Funk Myers with Rakim. Anybody who knows anything about hip hop knows that Rakim is like the light. It starts and ends with Rakim. You know what I mean? And to be able to do that, that's some that's some bucket list type. You know what I mean?
Like dream.
Yeah, but in the city, I've pretty much performed everywhere. now I focus on out of town shows. If I do perform here now, it'll be like a La Parada or something at Creative Minds Productions. What I got coming up? I do a lot of stuff in like Las Cruces. Shout out to all my Las Cruces people.
Yeah, it was just a show today, didn't I? Right?
Yeah, it was just out there.
Yeah.
Locksmith and what's it called? Kung Fu Vampire. Have you seen Kung Fu Vampire?
No,
Oh
but the
my
name was
God.
like, it really caught my attention.
Yeah, they dude has a drummer and bassist with him. It's crazy.
Those are the best, man. Like when you see an act that's like totally off the wall or unorthodox,
Yeah.
those are the best, man, because they catch you off guard and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, so what are some places that you like to play?
I like Albuquerque a lot. You know, the whole vibe in Albuquerque is really good. People in Albuquerque have been really good to me. I love being in California. You know, San Antonio is always crazy. You know what I mean? Austin's always crazy. Got a chance to go out there and do a few things. But yeah, you know, I'm pretty much good. I'm
Dallas?
happy anywhere.
You want to play in Dallas?
I want to play everywhere.
Texas, AT&T Stadium?
Yes, all that.
On the 50-yard line?
Either that or the little corner
The
bar
Spurs.
on the corner, whatever. I'm ready to go.
He's a Giants fan.
I am a Giants fan. I'm a very, very proud Giants fan. And I do recall last season we did beat the Cowboys twice out of your 3 losses.
Those things come in waves, man.
Yeah,
Like this year we could.
but that was a good wave. That was a good wave for me.
It's okay, because we got Zeke and Dak, man.
You got Zeke and Dak, but it didn't matter those 2 games.
Okay, so what about promoters? Like who's had your back, who's helped you out? And I know that it's tough to say that because in El Paso, you know, you don't want to say that this dude had my back over that guy. I think we pretty much help each other out. But I know that there's usually people who go above and beyond for us, you know.
As far as like promoters, the only one I deal with is Lobesmatic. You know, Lobesmatic, he doesn't get the credit he deserves as a promoter. You know what I'm saying? His hustle's crazy, but his promotion, you know, to promote and get these shows down here, you know, everything hip hop pretty much had to go through him. You know what I mean? And Lobes he's very willing to help the next artist. You know what I mean? He'll throw a show and no Soundmind artists will be on it. You know what I mean? And then we'll do it at our building. You know what I mean? And we won't have anything to do with the show, but we want everybody to be able to have a voice and have a stage. You know, and Lobes made sure that happened.
Yeah, that sounds fair, man. It's like crazy how fair that is, you know, giving everybody a chance.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think that's a very good example for a lot of people, man.
Yeah,
Not
it is.
just here.
It is.
So like, what are some of your like show pet peeves? Not to call people out or not to fire off any shots, but
Yeah. There's two. Like, when the show starts, you know, especially if you're not the headliner, it's like, let's say this is the stage, right? And here's the crowd. When the show starts, the crowd is like in a U shape.
yeah.
And like they're scared to get here and, you know, give that vibe and like, you know,
Get intimate.
yeah, every artist, you know, will tell them, you know what I'm saying, the energy you give us, we'll give it right back. You know what I mean? Like, but if you don't like the artist, that's understandable. But I've seen people like at an E-Money show with that little gap right there. I'm like, for what? You know what I mean? Like, for what? Come closer.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that goes to like all different genres
Yeah,
of shows.
but
But we
it's
see
like-
that too.
Yeah, like,
They're always like, come on.
yeah, but then there'll be that one person who started off, and then everybody gets comfortable. It's like nobody wants to be the first person.
Yeah. It's like
Up
breaking the
there.
ice.
And then, but what really gets me is, you know, like we'll perform, we'll get off stage, other people will be performing, and then there'll be like another artist, you know what I'm saying, like talking to me and rapping in my ear during somebody else's performance. That's the most annoying thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? One, it's disrespectful. Two, I can't hear what you're saying anyway.
Right. Don't
You know what I
yell.
mean? And you're screaming and spitting on me. It's not a
Let
good
that
look.
overspray.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Dude, there's like a lot of time for socializing like in between sets.
Yeah, in between, after, we go outside, talk to me there, but don't rap in my ear while I'm watching, you know what I'm saying, somebody perform. I'm watching Space Captains or somebody, you know what I'm saying, and you're rapping in my ear. I'm trying to enjoy the show.
Well, so who is that? Who's Space Captains? I've heard that name a lot.
Space Captains, man,
I've heard a lot of good things about them.
yeah, niggas, Ralph the Ruckus, Apps, Sandman, and big
Apps,
shout out to Space Captains. They, when I got back into it, like, they were just coming out, but they have so much energy, you know what I'm saying? They'll start a mosh pit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, ain't nothing better than a hip hop mosh pit. You know?
Man, we've seen a lot of mosh pits, man. So what about a crazy show story that you could share?
Crazy show story. Okay, it was I was in this group called the Giants years back. It was me, Architect, and DJ Bless One. We did a show at the Sunshine Theater in Albuquerque with this rapper named Zion. Zion is a very well-known MC throughout the whole hip hop culture, right? We had two of our homies with us, and one of the dudes, he was a rapper too. His name was Phonetic, and at the time, Zion was Phonetic's favorite rapper. So we do the show, we do our show. I'm watching Zion perform because like everybody that I go see like that's on a different level than me, I study them. You know what I mean? So I'm standing on the side of the stage, just watching. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's with me. We're just there. Zion in the middle of his set, he stops and he looks over at me and he was like, "You want to rock?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So I instantly walk out there. Everybody else walks out there, and we have a huge just cipher in the middle of Zion's set. Crowd goes crazy. Our DJ Bless One, he brought his little brother to the show. He's 12 years old. He got on stage, threw a little freestyle. You know what I mean? It was that feeling like it's like chasing like you know like heroin users say that it's like chasing the dragon and stuff. You know what I mean? Trying to get that first. Like I haven't had that feeling since. You know what I mean? You know, it was so unexpected, and there was so much. It was so much good energy in the building, you know what I mean? And it was great. It was something to see.
That's cool, man. You can get all endorphins and
adrenaline
and everything.
Afterwards, we're in the back of the venue, and it's like the show continued because we're out there. We're by their bus. We're rapping. The crowd has went to the back of the building. You know, we're just out there for like another 30, 45 minutes, just rapping, and then they leave. We get in our van because we got to come back here, and my friend Architect, we're all quiet, and then he just lets out this scream. You know what I'm saying? Not scream. It was a yell. It was a manly yell. I'll give you that. It was manly. There you go. But he just had there was just so much energy. He had to let it out. You know what I'm saying? So he yelled for about 30, 45 seconds. Very, very loud.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes life calls for those.
Yeah, you gotta get it out somehow.
So now's your chance to plug any social media you might have for people to find you, find your content.
On Instagram, you can catch me at DA9M. Facebook is Daryl Willis. This picture, it says DA9M, so you won't mix me up with anybody else. Twitter, I've had a Twitter for a while, but I never really got into it. I'm just getting into it, but you can catch me on Twitter at DA9M. You know what I'm saying? And anytime you're looking for me, just put in DA9M, and you'll see my face.
Cool. What's the most reliable place for people to contact you, like for show purposes, or if they just want to talk to you or ask about your music?
Probably my fan page on DA9M, my fan page on Facebook. I respond quickly. I talk to anybody. You know what I mean? As long as you're not talking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shit that happens. So like, as far as like, if you're booked for a show, like how much time can you contribute to a show like you're selling?
It can go anywhere from 10 minutes to 45. You know,
What's a standard setting for hip hop?
I like to do about 15 to 20, so I can just come with all this energy at one time, one big sonic boom of energy, and then get off and leave more and more.
You know, that's the impression I got when we saw you guys perform at 420 with Compose. It was just like,
yeah, I got it.
coming out of all directions. Yeah, it was crazy.
Your stage show in hip hop will make you or break you. You could be the dopest MC, you know, your songs could be immaculate, but if you bore me on stage, you're not gonna get my money.
Right. Yeah. So what about any advice you could give to young musicians, whether they be, you know, want to play guitar or rap or sing or?
My advice, because I've done this for a while. Make sure it's what you want to do. If you know that this is what you want to do, then do it. You know what I mean? Like I saw something today, and I posted it on my Instagram. It was Eddie Murphy was talking to Arsenio Hall, and he said he knew he wanted to be an entertainer. So that's the only goal he set. He didn't have a fallback plan. You know, he didn't have a backup plan, because if you have a backup plan, then you're more than likely going to be using your backup plan. Like, what the fuck is a plan B? You know what I'm saying? This, if you're gonna do it, do it. Go all in, especially if you know you have the talent for it. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people they'll have the heart for it, but they don't have the talent for it, so it don't work out. But if you really have the talent for it and you know that, and you can't nobody tell you different, then do it regardless of what anybody says. Oh man, like I've sacrificed a lot. You know what I'm saying, to get where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Like this, where I'm at in my career now is the farthest I've ever been. I'm at a point where I don't know what's gonna happen next. Most of the time I can navigate because I've been through it before. But now I'm at a point where, you know what I'm saying, we just got this distribution deal with Protect Your Neck Records through Powered by Wu-Tang Management. So now we're at a different, we're on a different stage now. You know what I mean? So it's terrifying and the most exciting thing I've ever been involved in at the same time. So you just gotta be ready for it. And if you're gonna do it, just do it and just go. And don't worry about what he or she is saying.
Yeah, I think it's important to recognize like what got you to this point. So, you know, I mean, like you said, confidence.
Yeah, you have to.
I read that today on a post, like somebody was, and I'm not gonna name names, but there's a local artist was asking about like, you know, when are you guys gonna feature us? Because you guys are featuring these dudes, but they're not doing anything. So like, here we are. And then some people were asking like, so what's the deal? Like, why are you? Pretty much like, what are you talking about? And the dude's like, and then somebody said, well, you know what? That dude has confidence in his work.
Yeah.
So he has the right to be asking for not so much attention.
Yeah.
It's more like publicity. I mean, you know, artists, that's part of their bread and butter, man, publicity.
Yeah, we gotta.
Let their name known.
We gotta keep the cameras on us, you know. And once the cameras shut off, don't nobody care.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, you guys have your crowd, the group of people that go to your shows and stuff, but it's important to have different mediums where the word about you gets out to somebody else, you know.
Yeah, somebody that.
It's crazy, like not to toot our own horn, but like there was a story about Julie and I in their Hero post, like.
Yeah, it was awesome. Saw that. That was great.
And people are writing about us. They should be writing about people who are doing big things in the music scene, man. And I think that's important, man. You know, if you're in a position to help local musicians, do it, man. Especially if you see them hustling. It's very easy to see who's busting their asses out there.
Yeah, it's very easy. Like people like the Rare Individuals.
Dude, and not just to say that, but if you've seen the Rare Indies,
They get down.
yeah, man,
They
they'll
get
blow you
down.
away the first time you see them.
Their new video, oh man, it's probably it's up there, one of the best videos to come out of this city. You know what I mean? So people like the Rare Individuals, people like the Varsity Alumni Camp, the Creative Minds, Sound Mind Solutions Camp. You know what I'm saying? Like we're out here busting our ass and we're losing time with our kids. You know what I mean? To do this. You know what I mean? So yeah. Especially like, you know, people like that, they deserve the light, you know what I'm saying? And they deserve a bigger light than what this city can give them, to be perfectly honest with you. That's where my focus is. I'm not so concerned with what goes on here anymore. You know what I mean? Like I want it to be bigger, so I have to think bigger and I have to make it bigger. You know what I mean?
And you know, like from my perspective, I can say that, okay, Judy and I have this blog project, and we're blessed as hell, man, to have so many friends who are willing to come to our house and talk to us about, you know, letting us help them promote their stuff. But I think the most important thing about that a lot of people don't know about is the fact that most of those people are our friends, man. They're friends that we've gone and we've seen them on stage and we've built friendships with them. And you know, it's good that there's a good number of shows and vlogs and stuff in El Paso, but if you're gonna do something like that, more power to you. But my advice to you would be, go to a show and get to know these people, man.
Yeah, like gotta know
Make
that
friendships
relationship.
so that when they come to your show, it's like you're reuniting with somebody you've known for a while, man. You know, like musicians are on stage, and that's like a very vulnerable position, man. You know, all eyes are on them, and they're being judged, and we've seen them in that position. So I think that's to me that's like the most fulfilling thing is that you know what, I've seen you in that spot. Now let's talk about you, man. Let's get your name out there.
Yep. I couldn't agree more.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. When I think and go during the beats, listen when I speak, yes I practice what I preach. I'm the one that talk about my grind, ain't heavy, doing things you never thought about. Rest of y'all been walking out, hate just like the rest of them. I'm building MCs, I improving to be the best of them. DA got like an echo from EP to California. Steady sneaking you coming sooner than Oklahoma. Listen about me as I stay on my shit, and I never clock at your kid. Tell me shit, I was born with shit. Who am I? You produce behind the games and the lies that slide you. Mine too. I smoke my game for days, put it in things, taking focus while you away. So go away and make room for the G if you want to do it right. And not if I only know.
Before we get on with the big one, I'd like to take this opportunity to level, you might say, to speak for just a second to us, me in the picture business. I, for one, am frankly a little tired of all of the talk about editorials, quote, what's wrong with Hollywood, unquote. I'm sick about hearing of runaway productions and cost and the star system and how we need government subsidies.
This ain't the same for gangsters. I look at hip hop and all I see is a stranger. Only thing that's on my mind is why would we want to change it? As I peer into the future, all I'm seeing is danger. So I press play, put the needle on the record. It's DA going and responding quickly to the pressure. The keys are in the pocket, pumps are on the dresser. I'm about to kill the structure, be expecting a lesser. Yep, I move swift as I sit through the bullshit. I stay prepared, fully loaded, see the tools spit. And by these tools, I mean these words that I'm deadly with. They never let the flow is steady on that heavy shit. These are the things that I dream about, so people out. And if it's not for you, then I can take you on another route. Without a doubt, it's a crash course, so fast forward to your favorite part, cause I'll just give you what you asked for. I'll just give you what you asked for. I just give you what you asked for. Yeah, INM's SMS.
All right, man. So we've come to the part of the vlog where we do the rapid fire, the INM.
Yes, sir.
I have, like right now at this very moment in time, I have no idea what I'm gonna ask him.
None. So I have no idea what I'm gonna answer.
Cool. Okay, so who is your favorite Dallas Cowboy?
Kim Norton.
Dude, Ken Norton was awesome, man.
Yeah.
But he's a traitor because he fucking went to the 49ers. So
Hey,
fuck that guy.
gotta die.
Okay, so In-N-Out or Whataburger?
Whataburger.
Favorite Mexican restaurant in El Paso?
Oh, Kiki's.
Do you have a lucky shirt for performances?
No.
What, from 0 to Rick James, how big is your groupie population?
I ain't got no groupies, man.
Oh, that you know of, man.
Hey, they ain't said nothing to me. You know, speak up.
Secret admirers. Hit
Yeah,
him up. I don't even know if he's married, he's got a girlfriend. I'm sorry, man. If he didn't have a girlfriend or wife, I'm sorry.
It's all great.
Cool, man. And you know what? Go ahead and if you want to give any shout outs to anybody who's helped you along the way.
Yeah, shout out to my entire team, Soundmind Solutions, Creative Minds Productions, Lobes Matter, Rosa Sparks, Compose, Astro Jones, D Hooks, my boy Glass, my homie David. They've been there from the beginning, the very, very beginning. They've been there. Shout out to Bloodshot Bandits, Hood Rep Clothing. They, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's somebody you probably should have on here too. He's a state.
Yeah, I think we talked to him.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
That's my dude. Shout out to Bloodshot. You know what I'm saying? Born Sinners. Everybody out here that's doing anything. My boy Verse. What up, Henny? Everybody that's out here doing anything, man. Shout out, salute. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anybody thought that I had an issue with them, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody's grind.
Yeah, it's all about love, man. Like,
Yes.
there's no reason to
There's
have
none.
beef, man.
For what?
It's all like one common goal, man. Help each other out.
There's plenty of money out there for everybody.
Yep. Cool, man. So we want to thank you for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, thank you for having me,
It's
man.
cool getting to know you a little more.
Thank you
Looking
for
forward to. I really want to go to a show at Loeb's place, man. Like,
Yes.
I see the flyers, and I'm like, hey,
Hey, but that, you know, this show isn't at the studio, but June 18th, we're proud to bring Ari the Rugged Man and Afro to this city. That show is, to date, will be the biggest show that Creative Minds Productions will have brought down. And I'm excited about it. I'm hosting it, so
Where's that going to be?
y'all show up at 5 Points
Bistro. Nice. Hey, I like that place, man. So,
Yes, it's gonna be great.
especially on a nice summer afternoon, summer
Yeah.
evening.
Show up.
Cool, man.
$15 at the doors. Space Captain is performing. War 2 out of Las Cruces is performing. Logs Compose is performing. R.A. the Rugged Man, Afro. I'm your host. You know, whatever more do you really want? You know, I don't know.
Cool, man. Okay, so thanks a lot. Thanks again.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Make sure to have your homies hit us up too, man, so we can feature them.
for sure.
And we'll see you guys next week on the Metal Shop Vlogs.
Yeah.